Hi there. Why is a timeline so important in birth injury cases involving hypoxic-ischemic encephalopathy or brain damage? Let me explain why. Most times in a birth injury lawsuit, the plan of action for the hospital or for the doctor is to blame something else other than the labor and delivery actions or omissions by the hospital or doctor. They will find everything they can to prove that your baby's brain damage occurred sometime else, whether it's before labor or after delivery. They're going to throw everything they've got at that. We, as birth injuries, and you, as a plaintiff patient, need to prove that causation happened actually during labor and delivery, that the oxygen deprivation was preventable and could have been treated and prevented had they taken the appropriate steps during labor and delivery. How do we go about doing that? First and foremost, the timeline has to pinpoint when did the stress actually happen to the baby? When did the baby start losing oxygen? We use the fetal heart monitor tracings to prove that. We'll see decelerations in the baby's heart rate. We'll see minimal variability in the baby's heart rate. These are all signs that tell us exactly when the stress occurred. The next thing we do is we use the records to prove when exactly that stress happened and what actions were taken or not taken during labor and delivery. That proves breach, meaning that the doctors and the nurses breached the standard of care. The last thing that we use a lot of times are radiological findings. These are usually MRIs or ultrasounds that show the pattern of the brain that was damaged. That will tell us a lot of times when the damage actually occurred so that we can go back and time it throughout that whole timeline process. If you have a birth injured child and you are trying to figure out whether or not the birth injury occurred during labor and delivery or was just a bad outcome during pregnancy, then you need to have a birth injury lawyer who knows how to create a good, solid timeline. Give us a call. We'd be happy to chat with you about this very important topic free of charge.